give you two simple analogy to help you understand retrograde Saturn. In scenario A, you're going on this long drive. It is a 800 kilometers journey, and you are going into that phase where there's not many houses surrounding you. There's no way you can stop to ask for help. You have just passed this little town, and another 1 hour into your journey, suddenly you sense there's something wrong with your engine. You had to stop your car, check what's going on, and then you got to make a quick decision. Do I continue driving along this journey, or do I turn back and go to that little town and get my engine fixed so that I can come back and continue with this journey with better confidence? So this is if you have a normal Saturn in your natal chart, in your birth chart. During the period of annual retrogression, there will be a point where you got to go back and right the wrongs, troubleshoot, and then you continue your journey. Now, scenario B, you are on this long drive again, and you are stuck behind this trailer, behind this huge truck. You just can't seem to overtake this truck. It is slowing you down, and you have been going on and trying all sorts of tricks to overtake this truck, but it's just not happening. And then you reach an intersection. The truck just leaves you. It gets out of your way. And then all of a sudden now, you can drive fast. You're unstoppable. From 60 kilometers an hour, now you're doing 110 kilometers an hour. And you enjoy this for about the next 40% of your journey. And unfortunately, after that, another truck joins the queue in front of you, and then you slow down again. So this second scenario refers to those with retrograde Saturn in their birth chart. Now, first of all, more than 1 out of 4 of every human being born in this world have a retrograde Saturn in their chart, because Saturn turns retrograde roughly about 4.5 months each year. So there are millions and millions of people with retrograde Shani, and those with the retrograde Shani in their birth chart will actually enjoy a good outcome during periods of retrograde Shani, the annual retrograde of Shani. Shani turns retrograde once a year, every year. So for this time, it is turning retrograde commencing 30th of June, and it's going to last for about 4.5 months. So that is going all the way until mid of November. If you want to understand why we are getting retrograde Shani, then you must understand about the orbit of the planets. Both Earth and Saturn are constantly orbiting the Sun, and they are always in forward motion. Saturn does not turn backwards at any point. Saturn, of course, has a longer orbit around the Sun compared to the Earth. During the retrograde period, what essentially happens is, while both Earth and Saturn are continuing their forward motion, they are actually moving along slightly different pathways. So in comparison, Saturn appears to be moving away from Earth. Now, because of the gravitational pulls between such huge masses in the galaxy, of course, another planet is moving away. You have a reverse of the gravitational pull. So this is expected to bring effect to all the inhabitants living on Earth. So that's how the Saturn retrograde affects you. Before you try to make any sense of this retrograde period, first of all, you should know where is Saturn in your birth chart. Where is the position of the Saturn, and what is the condition of your Saturn, of your natal Saturn? So is he in the first house, is he in the second house or third house, and so on? Because this is the main theme of Saturn. Your natal Saturn determines the main theme, and the current transit of Saturn determines the sub-theme. Another way to look at it is now you reference from the moon sign. So if your moon sign is Rishabham, if your moon sign is Taurus, Saturn is now transiting your 10th house. So he is now going to bring whatever features or whatever theme from your natal chart, from his natal position, into areas related to your work, which is the 10th house for Rishabham. Saturn is currently transiting in Aquarius, Kumbha Rashi. If Saturn is not a retrograde in your natal chart, that means this upcoming retrograde period is going to be slightly challenging for you. But what is the remedy? The remedy is to expedite whatever new projects, whatever new work you're going to embark on. You expedite it now. That is before the 30th of June 2024. Whatever hard work you need to put in, you put in now. Because once the retrogression starts, things are about to slow down. So what work am I talking about? What area is going to get affected? So you got to go back to your natal chart. So let's say Saturn is occupying house number 3 in your natal chart. When he occupies house number 3, it has to do with your siblings. It has to do with short journeys. It has to do with your self-effort. Now, you must look at your lunar sign, your moon sign. Or let's say your moon sign is Tulam, Libra. So, where is Saturn right now? Where is he transiting in relation to Libra? If counted from Libra, Aquarius is the 5th sign. Saturn undergoing retrogression in your 5th house. But because in your natal chart, Saturn is in the 3rd house, these are the two areas that are now going to get connected and affected. Your self-efforts, your short trips, short journeys, your relationship with your siblings, your efforts in media, how you communicate with people, the non-verbal communication, all that is now going to be affected through the 5th house counted from your Rashi. And what is 5th house? 5th house is luck. The 5th house is for children. The 5th house is for love. So it is not just a straightforward matter of, my Rashi is Libra and Saturn is now undergoing retrogression in the 5th house. So I'm going to have a lot of trouble with children. No, that's not how it works. You got to go back and look at your natal chart. You got to verify what is Saturn's theme in your life. That can only be ascertained from your natal chart. Without knowing the position of your Saturn in your natal chart, you cannot try to decipher this retrograde period. And for those who have a retrograde Saturn in their natal chart, this annual retrograde event is actually going to be beneficial to you, because a retrograde Saturn is a very karmic Saturn. He wants you to go back and do a lot of things over and over. And when he undergoes retrogression, it is something like he's going on leave between the 30th of June until November 15th. So now the brakes are released. Whatever progress or projects that you're working on, it is suddenly going to get a boost. If you have lost me, I'm reminding you, I'm now referring to those individuals with a retrograde Saturn in their natal chart, in their birth chart. If you have a retrograde Saturn in your birth chart, this upcoming annual retrograde event is going to be good for you. The brakes are going to be released. Your project will now proceed smoothly. You're going to land a promotion. For example, let's say a Saturn is related to your 10th house of karma, either counted from your lagna or counted from your Rashi. Saturn is now in the 10th house. So your career is going to get a boost. That is the truth. But for those who have retrograde Saturn in the birth chart, if you think that things have been moving slowly, you have to be very patient until the 30th of June. For those who do not have a retrograde Saturn in their birth chart, you have to put in your hard work now, because beyond the 30th of June, for the next 4.5 months, things are going to move very slowly. There's going to be a lot of confusion. There's going to be a lot of delays. There's going to be a lot of frustration. You got to put in the hard work now. Act now. Whatever application for that loan, for documentation, because once Saturn turns retrograde, what can go wrong will go wrong. Again, this is for people who do not have a retrograde Saturn in their birth chart. They have to be careful. They got to work hard now. So do not procrastinate. Whatever work that needs to be done, whatever big project you're thinking about, you start the negotiations now. You start laying the groundwork now. Whatever paperwork that needs to be done, start it now. If you have been trying to ask for that promotion, you start doing your work now. Once the retrogression starts, things are going to slow down.